Uganda's President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who has been in power since January 1986, has secured his 7th term win in elections, and the results that were announced are rejected.
We call upon the international community, the East African community, and all democratic nations to 1. Refuse recognition, prepare to reject.
Uganda is bleeding, and the people deserve justice to be displayed on their votes. Internet in Uganda is back, and videos have been going viral of election officials doing some unfair practices on the votes, trying to secure the 7th term win for Museveni.
The internet is back in Uganda, and videos are emerging of rigging and ballot stuffing, allegedly by poll workers to benefit President Museveni. Before I show you the videos, this is what a presidential ballot looks like in Uganda. President Museveni is at the bottom, Bobi Wine near the top. Bobi Wine posted this video, allegedly from Western Uganda. It shows a row of people in high-vis vests ticking against Museveni in their poll books.
And these election officials were recorded live taking the votes manually for them to secure that win for Museveni. And according to what has happened here in this video, we can clearly tell that whatever was announced that Museveni is the winner in those elections is null and void. And the Ugandan people have to demand for this their right. And the country, the world, and the neighboring countries should stand with Ugandans to ensure that Ugandans find their right and justice is displayed for them on their votes.
We saw failure of the BVVK system that the Electoral Commission has been touting around. Remember that the people of Uganda have parted with billions of money to procure this system. And this system was procured to, among other things, address concerns that have characterized our electoral processes, including multiple voting, including impersonation, including ballot stuffing, among other things. Now, yesterday, across the country, in places like Sembabule, in places like Isinjiro, in places like Chisenyi here in Kampala Central, and several other places, there was massive ballot stuffing.
According to Museveni, how he has given his speech after the announcement of those elections win, Museveni has tried to warn the opposition, telling them that whatever they are trying to say that the elections were rigged is not true, and he has not won by that larger percentage because most of his supporters never turned up to vote.
10 million of my people did not turn up. They would have been embarrassed badly. Because you see, we got 8 million votes about. But remember, we have got, when we reviewed the membership on the 6th of May, you remember we had 21 million members and 18 million of them are voters.
Bobi Wine, who is an opposition leader and who the youths in Uganda prefer to be their president, has been under dangerous hunting by the military officers in Uganda. And Bobi Wine has come out to tell the people clearly to reject the results that were announced that Museveni is the winner in that election.
Interesting to see that everybody in Uganda and outside Uganda sees impending rigging. But what we have called upon the people of Uganda is to take charge of their country, not to leave it to just politicians, not even to myself. We went into this election amidst all the violence and brutality because we wanted to reach out to the people of Uganda and awaken them. We know that when the people of Uganda rise to the occasion and demand for what is rightly theirs, they will get it. This has happened in Madagascar, it has happened in Sudan, it has happened in Egypt. It is happening in Iran, and it definitely can happen in Uganda.
And according to what happened before the elections, that the internet was shut down, the military officers were deployed in various regions in Uganda. This can clearly tell you that the elections that took place in Uganda are not fair elections that can display justice to the people of Uganda. High time now has come for Museveni to let the Ugandan people enjoy their rights and freedoms and justice to be displayed for them on their elections. For Bobi Wine to secure that power, it means that the world and the neighboring countries has to stand in support for him so that he can get to have that power and lead the Ugandan people. Because the Ugandan people are tired with the leadership of Museveni since 1986. And yesterday, the Kenyan president came out to congratulate Museveni for his win on the elections that were done on the 15th of January this year. And this can clearly tell you that even after those videos going viral, of the election official taking manually those votes to secure for Museveni his 7th term win in that election, the Kenyan president still went ahead to congratulate Museveni for the win in that election. And I want to tell you that whatever is happening in Uganda, whatever happened in Tanzania, is clearly a reflection of whatever will happen in Kenya come 2027, because I believe birds of same feathers flock together.
We are gathered here as the Pan-African Solidarity Network, which is a coalition of regional civil society organizations and defenders of democracy. And that's a coalition that brings together individual activists, Pan-Africanists, civil society organizations from East Africa and beyond, with also experts from across the region. And so much as many of them are not here because of many reasons, because they are also others who are outside the country, we are here to represent a statement that has been jointly developed by all these organizations and individuals. So the title, and also to mention that we are here to respond to the issues that came up yesterday during the Ugandan elections. So the title of the statement is A Clarion Call Against the Crushing of a Nation, the Stolen Sovereignty of the Ugandan People. So today we stand before you with a heavy heart but unyielding spirit. What transpired yesterday, January 15, 2026, was a state-sponsored assault on the sovereignty of the citizens executed under the shadow of the gun. The violence of state-funded militias and a total digital blackout. We have witnessed an electoral process that was weaponized as a tool of domestic warfare against the Ugandan people. So yesterday's general election was conducted under the most repressive conditions in Uganda's modern history. The environment was defined by a calculated internet shutdown and a direct gag order on the media to prevent the announcement of polling station results. This was complemented by the systemic harassment of civil society organizations by the NGO Bureau, which suspended the permit of 10 NGOs and instigated the preemptive arrest of critical voices such as Dr. Sarah Birete. This was an election held in a state of siege, where the regime signaled that it fears the truth of the ballot box more than it respects the constitution.